and club in recent times.
Absolutely, there has to be a slightly
white jerseys, traditional white jerseys, and blue shorts, and Knocknagree in their traditional green jerseys and white shorts. Knocknagree, of course, many people's championship favourites right the way through this campaign. I just mentioned about the spectacular nature of some of their successes. They averaging 2 goals and 17 points per match during the course of this season, which is a really impressive championship return. They started off defeating Kildare by 113 to 7 points, then a big victory against Youghal, scoring 3 goals and 19 points, just conceding 5 points on that occasion. Said their average was 217. Well, they hit 218 in their match against Ballinora before heading then to the quarterfinals when they took on Ahabollock, winning that game by 213 to 1-6, and then finishing up in the semi-final of the championship against Mill Street by 3 goals and 20 to 1 goal and 8. As I said, the nature of the Gabriel Rangers trip to the final wasn't quite as spectacular in terms of goals scored or goals conceded, because it's an amazing fact that during the course of this championship campaign, Gabriel Rangers have neither scored a goal or conceded a goal in this championship campaign. As I said, much more spectacular with Knocknagree. They've actually hit 11 goals so far in this year's championship, but it's the beauty of football, the beauty of sport, that it's all down now to 160 minutes of football on the pitch here on this Saturday evening in Páirc Uí Rinn to decide who's going to be champions of the intermediate grade. A quick reflection on some of the results from early on. County Junior B Football Championship final game played here early on this evening. St Michael's 3-15, Goleen 2-7. The Under-21 Football Championship quarter final, Kilshanny just edging out Douglas by 2-10 to 2-9 earlier on. The Northside Derby in Under-21 Premier Hulling, Glen Rovers 2-16, Na Piarsaigh 2-13, and the County Under-21 Premier 2 Hulling Championship round 1, Valley Rovers edging it against Aaron Zone. They won that game in Cahalag by 14 points to 1 goal and 8. But the biggest prize of the day is at stake here at Páirc Uí Rinn, where Gabriel Rangers and Knocknagree are preparing to do battle in the final of the County Intermediate Football Championship decider. Both teams going up next season to the Premier Intermediate grade. Well, it is always a great feeling as a supporter of Club Hullinga football if you hear the national anthem at this time of the year, because you know then that your team is in at the business end of the championship season, and certainly Knocknagree and Gabriel Rangers are where they wanted to be at the start of the season in the county final. Fascinating prospect in ahead of us here. Paul McCarthy, I suppose Knocknagree the favourites, but Gabriel Rangers will go in a bit under the radar. It's a good position to be coming into a final in.
Yeah, they're in a great position. They've nothing to lose, and to be fair, they have some excellent inside forwards with Mark Cronin and Eddie Goggin, and not to say the least Sean Keller midfield helping out as well, you know. So, you know, they could spring a surprise here, but on the reverse of it, you know, Knocknagree have an excellent forward line as well, to be fair. They have a great unit of 6 there. They have a superb forward line, so they have to keep tabs on those.
Well, Gabriel Rangers will be defending the Blackrock side of the field in the first half. Knocknagree heading down towards that Blackrock or Ballinlock side. Remember Knocknagree here a couple of seasons ago really blitzed Aaron Zone in the opening half before Aaron Zone came back, and then they finished very well, and Knocknagree again to go on, of course, and ultimately go on to be crowned All-Ireland champions that season. Here is Cormac Deneen, the Douglas official, getting the game in motion, fisted forward by Donagh Moynihan straight away to get the Duhallow men on the attack, and then the long punted kick inside to the inside forward line. Ball is sent back out to the middle of the field, whilst Gabriel Rangers number 8 there, Sasha Weldon, who gets on the ball and sends it over towards the right wing. The men in green and white from the Skull and Ballydehob area. A big support base for them here this evening as we watch the far side, Chris Moynihan going forward and fashioning the first free of the day. for the West Cork outfit, so they'll be happy enough with that. 45 out from goal. I don't think the breeze is that much of a factor. It definitely is going from left to right. It's not nearly as strong as it was early on in the day here. Would be favouring Knocknagree though a bit in the first half here, which means that from a Gabriel Rangers point of view, they're kicking the ball short, and the man wearing 19 in his back, we didn't expect Pat Nolan to play back deep, and he isn't the other. He's up around the half forward line. They've gone short, they've lost possession though, and Knocknagree picking the ball up in their own defence there, transferring a couple of hand passes there through the full back line, which includes there of course Michael Doyle and their team captain Gary O'Connor, bringing the centre forward Owen McSweeney into play as well, and then he kicks the ball right footed away towards the left wing, scampering on the far side of the field to do Halloman, just trying to launch their first attack into the top of the left position. Looks like Anthony O'Connor in possession down there. The ball is swung back out the field again. Kick in towards the goal by Fenton O'Connor into the inside forward line. First scoring opportunity today is taken by Anthony O'Connor. Lovely kick, lovely approach. They're known for their nice football. They love to kick the ball off left and right, of course, which has been a trademark of this team coming up the lines. And in that last little cameo, we saw what they're capable of, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. They play tremendous football. They moved that ball quickly into the corner. John Fenton Daly, I think, was the man that received it. He laid it back out to Fenton, and Fenton played into his brother. Superb point.
So the kick out for the Coolbara, the Gabriel Rangers goalkeeper, is Darren O'Mahony, taking a good long look back and surveying what's ahead of him as he kicks the ball right footed over towards the left half back position. So the landing point of it will be underneath the Gabriel's man Danny McSweeney, but it's punted back down again. Dennis O'Connor with it for Knocknagree as it's gone back into the hands there of Padraig Collins. Back into the corner again. Knocknagree on the attack again. A couple of passes been exchanged. Back to Owen McSweeney. Kicked 6 points in the semi-final. That's a dangerous dipping ball in. The goalkeeper did well. It was just fisted across the area. It's ran across and gone behind. But that was a really dipping, dropping ball in by Owen McSweeney, right in around the house there. It was a difficult ball to defend against, but eventually the ball's gone behind for a kick out. He really put his laces through that, Paul. It was coming down from a height. A difficult one inside.
Yeah, difficult to manage inside, and it could have went anywhere, to be fair. Gabriel Rangers will count themselves lucky there, but they have a kick out now at least.
Yeah, he's a bit of the two goalkeepers so far. Darren O'Mahony kicking it this time more central, looking for his big midfielder there in the middle of the field. Sean Callagher, the man that got a crucial score laid on, but they're losing out in those early exchanges. And Knocknagree with possession again, got it to Anthony O'Connor. The point scored just spilled away from him as Gabriel tried to tidy it up about 45 out from their own goal. Their green and white jerseys, they've freed up Sasha Weldon over on this side, then go back inside central to the right half back, Liam Haggerty, and he opens up the game and sends it over to the right hand side of midfield. Now they're in enemy territory as they kick the ball into the top of the right position inside, looking for Mark Cronin to try and bring him into the game for the first time. He hasn't possession at the moment. It's the full forward inside Eddie Goggin. Crogan just locking off with the ball coming across, high across, a bit like the ball that was delivered across the square on the other side of the field. Could go anywhere. This time it's gone off a defender and it's gone behind for 45. I think it was the full back there, Michael Doyle, that might have got the last touch there. So this is going to be a kick of 45 metre free for Gabriel Rangers, who dug that game out in the semi-final with real character. They were 4 points down and 44 minutes in that game. They turned it around. They won against Drumtariff by 16 points to 15 with that late point by Sean Kelleher, and that sent, of course, tremendous scenes of celebration that evening there when they got the better of Drumtariff in Coachra to send them here to this county final appearance. So a point to no score in favour of Knocknagree early on, but this will be the opportunity for Gabriels and the aforementioned Sean Kelleher, placing the ball on the 45 metre line, taking a run up of 3 or 4 steps, right footed, kicking it in and finding the range. Lovely kick off the boot of Sean Keller, and as a free taker, that's a great one to get early on, Paul. Yeah,
great score there for Sean Keller there. He is an excellent footballer, for honest, and it's a great 45 to strike over there for Gabriels.
So Knocknagree get the game in motion with Patrick Doyle, played here last week, of course, in the county final. Sean Keller underneath the ball again, just toe pokes it back to Danny McSweeney, his left half back, and in the number 7 position he picks the ball up, went to run up the line, was looking for free, almost stopped up, gave it back to Sean Keller, and Keller was lucky enough to get the rebound off the body there of Matthew Dilworth, and that's going to be a sideline for Keller to take. Very much involved in the opening stages, the Gabriel Rangers number 9. He's standing now in the left half back role, sends it infield to Pat Nolan with 19 on his back. He gives the short fisted pass inside, and Gabriel Rangers will start off on a breakthrough with their centre forward and captain Jord O'Callaghan. He kicks the ball nicely over towards the right hand side of the field, trying to get an angle. Here is the full forward. This is a chance for Goggin onto the right boot. That was a lovely score in his creation, and it's finished by Eddie Goggin. He took a couple of steps to his left, got away from the midfielder who was with him at the time, Dunamine, and stepped back inside on his right, and a really confident finish.
Yeah, superb score there by Eddie, and Gabriel's are really starting to play a game here as well. You know, they can play good football as well. They like to move it quickly and move it into Goggin and Mark Ronan inside, and they've been doing that.
45 out from goal. It is the West Cork men in possession, leading by 2-1. And this man, Sean Kelleher, has been very central so far. Again, he's just pulling the strings there, giving it up to Fionn Hully, the number 12, and out to the left half back here, who's Richard Moynihan. Moynihan gives the ball back to the man that got that great point, Eddie Goggin. Back it goes again to Moynihan. 45 out from goal, running across into a centre position with a 50-50 ball, and maybe Gabriel's a bit faster if they'll get the run of this. Possession is turned over. Danny Cooper wins it back for the Duhalloman, gets it to Owen McSweeney. And suddenly this is where Knocknagree are dangerous enough. They go on the fast counter-attack. They're doing that at the moment. The ball prodded forward by Matthew Dilbert. Over to the right corner, picked up by Dennis O'Connor. Can he bring it inside on the left boot? That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to call it in at the far side. Again, it's a dangerous one. It's not going to go dead. It's touched back out there. Knocknagree still with it with Fenton O'Connor over there. John Fentondale, he did make the run, but he didn't give it to him. He gave it back instead to Owen McSweeney. I said he sent 6 points over the bar in the semi-final. Doesn't succeed in getting this one. It's right at the post and wide. 2-1. Gabriel Rangers lead after 6.5 minutes of play. It's a nice game, easy on the eye, Paul, so far.
Yeah, it's definitely, and you know what Knocknagree wouldn't want to forget. This crowd met a couple of years ago there, and it went to a replay to decide the winners. So Knocknagree would want to be very careful.
Mentioned Sean Kelleher there. He's father, of course, originally from Knocknagree, and plenty of families still living in the barony of Duhallow, so he knows all about Knocknagree as the kick out goes to the middle of the field. 2-1 at the moment. Gabriel Rangers winning the kick out and winning the match at the moment, and started in real determined fashion. This is Stasha Weldon on the attack. Weldon lays the ball off brilliantly to Gerald O'Callaghan, running forward through the centre forward. Is he going to go for a kick? He took it into the D. Maybe took a bit too much on it, but he was fouled, and that's going to be a free into Gabriel Rangers. But a lovely dashing run forward there by Gerald O'Callaghan, the 26-year-old team captain of Gabriel Rangers. They're playing a nice brand of football with plenty of confidence, and they certainly have the ability to run at this Knocknagree defence in the opening stages. And the centre forward Gerald O'Callaghan drawing the foul there and presenting the opportunity for Eddie Goggin now to try and kick this one between the posts, and that would give them a 3-1 advantage, and would be a reflection really of a very confident start. Eddie Goggin is actually heading off to Australia in the morning, so I'm sure they want to give him a very good send-off in Gabriel Rangers and the GA club with the right boot. He sends this one between the posts. 3 points on the scoreboard for Gabriel Rangers, 1 for Knocknagree. It's a great response to a few opening attacks by Knocknagree, which yielded the opening score. Gabriels have come back really well.
Yeah, the scoring is a true reflection of the game at the moment. Gabriels had their chances, or Knocknagree had their chances, didn't take them, but Gabriels are being slightly more patient up front, and in fairness, setting up the scores, and took 3 tremendous scores, you know.
A bit of tugging and pulling from the kick out, but nothing untoward, says the referee. So Richard Moynihan gets the game in motion with the sideline and the left hand side in midfield, and back to Pat Nolan and back again to Moynihan. These are Gabriel Rangers players on the attack again. Nice little sidestep as well by the centre back. Kicks the ball up the line, not very accurately though, to the top of the right man. It's going to be picked up inside in the Knocknagree defence, getting out through the hands of Keelan Buckley there, and he returning the pass to his full back there, Michael Doyle, and Doyle then spraying the ball away left. They have a small bit of an overlap down the left hand side of the field now, galloping forward 65 metres out now from the Gabriel Rangers goal. Free man outside in Michael Mahoney, not using him. This is a dashing run in field here by the midfielder Padraig Collins. He transfers the ball 45 out from goal, still in possession. The referee has the hand up for an advantage, and I think he's got to call it back there because the Knocknagree man was just trying to get his shot away, walking across the 45 metre line, working really hard on McSweeney. He's going to be central to everything really that happens in that forward line. We saw him driving forward with Duhallow last week. He, I suppose, more than anybody else, was responsible for the late Duhallow revival against Nemo Rangers, which didn't yield success. This one has drawn a free, and this is the opportunity from the far side. It looks like Anthony O'Connor lining this one up. 3-1. Gabriel Rangers leading Duhallow here inside the 45 metre line on the left hand side of that 45. So it's where he wants it to be with the right kick. High it goes in. Is it gone between the posts? It's gone in. It's a super kick. Well done. That's a super kick. It's a good start for Anthony O'Connor's free taking duties as well. Just like at the other side of the field, Sean Kelleher, that was very confidently kicked by Anthony O'Connor. Duhallow's leading scorer in the championship, and you can see why. He's a great free taker.
He's a superb footballer in general. I mean, in fairness, his accuracy is superb as a forward. You know, he should be utilised more as a go-to man to get scores. You know, he's fantastic off his left boot there.
Kick out has landed into the body of Gerald O'Callaghan, who went back to his own 65 to get it and carried it to the other 65 and won a free. That's going to be a free in for Gabriel Rangers. He's a real outlet as a ball carrier. We've seen that in the opening stages. The Gabriel Rangers captain showing up very, very well here in the opening stages. Interestingly, 3 of the last 4 teams in this championship were from the Duhallow division. They were also in the Diocese of Kerry, interestingly. I don't think that probably has happened before. Here go Gabriel's on the attack again. Nice combination play, freeing up Pat Nolan. 45 out from goal. They're finding a bit of space here, finding the scoring opportunities. This is coming onto the boot of Sean Keller, kicking it high up into the skies. It's a superb point, and we've seen plenty of superb points in this game so far. Pat Nolan with a short pass, and Sean Keller again proving one more time what a quality finisher. There's a bit of kicking in that, and he did it in real gusto and real style, Paul.
Yeah, it's a fantastic score, but this game is turning into a tremendous game of football. You know, all the skills we want to see, moving the ball quickly forward and trying to score from distance as well.
Kick out from the Knocknagree goalkeeper Patrick Doyle, looking to try and get the runner maybe on the right hand side of midfield. There was Danny Cooper who strayed over there, the number 9 I beg your pardon, in midfield. Donald Moynihan who strayed over there. He didn't get to the ball and it escaped out over the sideline, and Knocknagree 2 points behind after 11.5 minutes of play to a Gabriel Rangers team that have been very accomplished so far as they lead by 4 points to 2. Pat Nolan with a short little stab ball. It's a give and go. He gets it back from his midfielder Sasha Weldon, receives it again inside his own half of the field. Nolan, he's happy enough to go back, bypasses the centre back Richard Moynihan. Just a small bit of concern there as the ball went out of his hands, but Gerald O'Callaghan picked it up. He certainly is pulling the strings. He's certainly a good playmaker. Inside to the inside forward line, the ball is kicked away by Goggin towards the left hand side of the field, or towards Goggin I should say, the left hand side of the field. There was a sliding tackle came in, and him as he went for possession, Eddie Goggin, he gallantly followed the ball over to the left wing, but the Knocknagree defender came in, slid along the ground and took the legs from under the attacker there from Gabriel Rangers, and Goggin has won a free, and I think he'll be happy enough to try and see can he manufacture the angles. Not an easy one. I mentioned number 11 there quite a few occasions. Gerald O'Callaghan started well for Gabriel Rangers, good ball carrier, looks to be at the hub of everything that's good about their play.
Yeah, he's involved in everything there at the moment. Of course, what's noticeable, he's been marked by Caelan Buckley, who has been involved with Duhallow over the last number of weeks as well, and you know, at the moment, is it the pressure of favouritism, or is it the involvement with Duhallow over the last number of weeks seems to be taking its toll on the Knocknagree team?
Here is Goggin with a difficult free between the 20 and the 13 metre line, only 5 or 6 metres in from the sideline, sails it inside. The goalkeeper grabbed it, but he was under pressure inside as he got. That's going to be a free out. He quickly resumes the game. Patrick Doyle, a punted kick forward into the middle of the field, went through the hands though of Donald Moynihan, and Gabriel's are there again, picked up again by O'Callaghan. He kicks it inside, a rather loose delivery, just an uncharacteristic sloppy passage of play by both teams. Then the Knocknagree man tried to hop the ball as he came out. It got stuck on the ground. Gabriel's have turned the ball around 45 metres out from goal, trying to set up the opportunity here for Sasha Weldon. Weldon won't kick this one. He lays it off to the right, needs a bit of support, might be involved in the movement again. Pass has gone out the far side towards Mark Cronin, left footed. He kicks the ball towards the target. Has that gone between the posts? No, it's gone right and wide, but plenty of confidence about the Gabriel Rangers play in the early stages of this game, defeating Adjagol 9 points to 5, 12-10 against Kinsale, 16-15 against Drumtariff. Close enough games, goalless games, but they showed real character in all those matches, and particularly the last day, as we mentioned, that comeback in the closing stages, a heroic performance. 4 points down in 44 minutes, but Cronin finishing up with 5 points, very central to them as they came back. Old McSweeney was the outlet for Patrick Doyle's kick out. He just laid the ball off and eventually sprayed out the right hand side of the field. And here go Knocknagree down the right wing with the left half forward Fenton O'Connor, into the corner to the right corner forward Dennis O'Connor. He again will right to get it onto the right boot back. He gives it to Fenton O'Connor, kicks it and drives it across. You'd have to say at the moment that the team playing with the most composure out there are Gabriel Rangers. They lead 4-2 coming to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, they're certainly playing much more composure at the moment. Knocknagree, when they're going forward, while they're playing good football, they seem to be looking for that killer pass all the time with the last ball, you know, and maybe to just settle down a small bit, take a deep breath, lay the ball off and take the simple score.
Dara O'Mahony surveying what's in front of him, right footed, he kicks the ball out. There was a push in the back. It wasn't the longest kick he ever hit, but I think it was intentional. He was trying to pick out, I think Gerald O'Callaghan got a push in the back there by Owen McSweeney, so that's going to be a free 50 metres out from goal and a chance for them not to go forward. They're going to go crossfield. Nice and patient play at the moment as they build it up the right wing over there. Going up the fast side of the field, Gabriel Rangers, Sasha Weldon just kicking it forward into the inside, into the half forward line. Knocknagree following back though, winning the ball back, and back there in the cornerback position, Gary O'Connor is the captain. He's the 24-year-old captain of Knocknagree as they get the ball around to midfield, and then kicking and picking out the pass, trying to get it down to John Fenton Daly, who came and got it and gave it quickly inside to Fenton O'Connor, and he just miscontrolled it, took too much out of the solo, allowed Dahi Roycraft in to pick the ball up, and Gabriels have turned around possession again and won it back, and they're going forward, and we can see so far in the opening stage just what they can do when they get the opportunity. They're at midfield now at the moment, wide to Pat Nolan, 60 out from goal, very involved, 55 metres out from goal. The hand pass goes out towards Mark Cronin, stepping inside, then stepping outside, then getting onto the left boot, then kicking inside with very safe hands inside by Patrick Doyle as he followed it all the way across and sent it out the left corner to Gary O'Connor, and he sent the ball down the far side. Owen McSweeney running off his man right out in the chalk dust to the sideline, boring the man aside of the ground, sends it down low, kick, but a brilliant kick pass down to John Fenton Daly, has it over in the right corner, goes around his man, creates a bit of space onto the right foot, kicks it towards the target, it's going in towards the target, it's right and wide of the target. Oh, it's another wide early on, it's their second wide of the day for Knocknagree. Lovely approach, lovely kick pass down, but again the finish just going a little bit astray, and the scoreboard remains unchanged. 4 points to 2 in favour of Gabriel Rangers, who are the underdogs coming into this game so far. What do Knocknagree need to do, Paul, just to settle a bit more, maybe to get into this contest on the scoreboard?
Well, I feel up front what they're trying to do is just isolate one guy inside when they're attacking. You know, they seem to be playing 4 or 5 out around the middle of the field. They're creating a bit of space inside, but I think they need to give a bit more support to the man inside. Maybe go with 2 or 3 inside. Maybe I'd go with 3 men full forward line and work the ball around inside and get the shooter into a better position.
Up the line, Pat Nolan won a free from that delivery out the field, the kick out, and Knocknagree have defending to do again as Gabriels have the ball 45 metres out from goal. It's just gone along the ground a little bit loose, but Gabriel Rangers just tried to retain possession, which they have done, and the ball is poked back in the direction there, the far side of Sasha Weldon, who right-footed prods the ball up. Again, it's close to the sideline, gone out over the sideline. That'll be a Knocknagree defensive sideline, about 35 metres out from their own goal in front of the dressing room side of the field. The ball is swung around very quickly back towards the goalkeeper, and then they come out the other side of the field, and eventually they're attacking down the right wing as they go about their business now in determined fashion. McSweeney's delivery down to the top of the right man. That role at the moment is occupied by John Fenton Daly. The full forward line switching around a bit. Daly sends the ball inside. It's 2 against 1 inside there. Sprawling body of the right half back gets it there, Liam Haggerty, and he gets it out the field, and Gabriel Rangers defending with confidence and defending with belief and getting the ball out to their cornerback there, Kieran O'Callan, out to the half forward line. It just bypassed Fionn Hurley, who came to collect it. It's gone inside to Gerald O'Callan. The referee's hand is up for advantage, and Gabriel Rangers on the attack with their number 12 Fionn Hurley, but a wrong option. Good interception there at midfield now by Padraig Collins. Wins the ball back, gets it to Owen McSweeney, 50 metres out from goal, looks away to his right. John Fenton Daly is the willing runner again. He keeps the movement going the right wing into the right corner. Bit of punishment being taken there by the corner forward Dennis O'Connor. Referee said that was all fair. Ball's been won back. Gabriel Rangers fairly and squarely win the ball back, bringing out of the fence with Kieran O'Callan about 60 metres out from their own goal. That's the full forward Eddie Goggin back there. Goggin looks away with the right foot. Lovely vision by him to pick out Fionn Hurley over on the left hand side of midfield. Well, his legs taken from under him there by Danny Cooper. The referee says eventually there were, and he's calling in a bit of attention there to be given there to the Gabriel Rangers attacker. But you've got to admire the composure, good tackling as well, good defensive skills being shown by Gabriel Rangers all round. This is a very accomplished opening 20 minutes for them.
Well, certainly they're playing superb there at the moment. You know, they're fighting for every ball. I suppose Knocknagree probably feel a bit aggrieved at the moment with 1 or 2 decisions haven't gone their way. In the last couple of attacks they had there, they probably felt they should have had maybe a free in or 2 maybe. But, you know, I have to give credit. Gabriels have come here, nothing to lose, but they're having a right go off of this one. As I said, Knocknagree, are they feeling the pressure of the game? Are the players suffering, having played with Duhallow over the last few weeks? You know, it remains to be seen. But, you know, tremendous game, moving ball very fast into the forward line, trying to create a bit of space. But what Knocknagree have to, of course, at their end, they can't just keep playing the same trick all the time, just playing the one ball in to the man inside that's isolated. I feel they need to get players in around them.
And it's interesting, you contrast Knocknagree's last outing. They were leading by 9 points to no score after 15 minutes in their semi-final against Mill Street. They were eventually leading 2-13 to 2 points at half time, 3-21 to 1-8 at full time. So this is a different scenario as the game is about to resume. The injured party back on his feet. Gabriel Rangers back to 15 as well, and Sean Callow taking the free, 60 out from goal. They're leading by 4 points to 2. It's a long booming kick inside. Oh, it was tried to be touched off first time by Mark Cronin. Not sure was that the right move. Should he have caught it in the hand and put it over the bar? It's gone out the field to Keelan Buckley. He will hope they won't rue that missed opportunity as Keelan Buckley charges forward now for Knocknagree. Soccer style, he flicks the ball back in the direction of Matthew Dilworth. It's going to be picked up instead though by his midfielder Padraig Collins, and he was robbed, but he was fouled by Fionn Hurley. That was an opportunity for a kick point definitely, but I think maybe Mark Cronin was thinking ahead there, Paul. He was trying to first time keep the ball going inside to the player on the edge of the square.
Yeah, it's good to see players thinking ahead, but in fairness he should have caught the ball and then decided, will I pass or score, you know? That could be a major turning point.
Here go Knocknagree with Anthony O'Connor at the other side of the field, running into trouble though. Good Gabriel Rangers defence again, just back in their own left corner. There's a bit of tugging going on. I think the referee is giving a free in this time to Knocknagree. Just half an opportunity of daylight near the goal area there for the Duhallow side. Knocknagree as they went forward. Eventually a foul has been conceded, but yeah, certainly looking back on that incident, was a lovely piece of individual thinking by Mark Cronin to try and first time the ball inside almost came into his hands. He didn't avail of that option though. The ball is swung down the other side of the field, and now what could have been a 5-2 game could be a 4-3 game, because this is the ultimate tap over point for Knocknagree to bring it back to a 1 point margin. It is the opportunity which is taken by the number 15 Anthony O'Connor. I mentioned he's the leading scorer in the championship. That's 4 goals and 23 points now for Anthony O'Connor out of a total of 1183 that Knocknagree have scored in this year's championship. Really, really impressive stats. You consider Knocknagree have scored 11 goals and Gabriel Rangers haven't scored a goal at all in the championship, but certainly different story on the final night. 4 points to 3. Gabriel Rangers leading. The kick out from Darren Moynihan is going to come back in his direction again though, because this is Matthew Dilworth stoling forward. Sprays the ball out to the right to Owen McSweeney. McSweeney kicks it off his right foot and levels the match. 2 points in 60 seconds for Knocknagree, and it could have been 5-2 at the other side. It's now 4-all.
Yeah, as I said a couple of seconds ago, was at the turning point with Mark Cronin failing to catch the ball and just trying to lay it off. You know, the pressure seems to have been released off Knocknagree straight away, and they've answered back with 2 superb quick points.
Well, John Fenton Daly and his backroom team over there of John Horgan, Billy O'Neill, Ed McSweeney, Mike Doyle and the crew will know that their team have yet to hit the ground running, but by goodness, when they have hit the ground running this year, they have been a class apart in this championship so far. Nothing between the teams here though. 4 points apiece, 22.5 gone. First half in Porky Ren on C103 Sport on a Saturday evening, the County Intermediate Football Championship final. And at midfield, Sasha Weldon plays the ball out left out centre back Richard Moynihan. He goes forward to the half line, trying to be picked up by Geordie O'Brien. O'Brien under pressure though, took too much out of it, took too many steps, and Duhallow's Knocknagree's pride of Duhallow at the moment have turned the ball away. 1 of 3, 1 possession, sent it down the line to John Fenton Daly. He's trying to tease and tantalise the cornerback, then goes in field, gives it to the kick on McSweeney. McSweeney has got 1, he's got 2 now. McSweeney, excellent score by him. John Fenton Daly down the field inside, and McSweeney was there, the right man. He is a great kick of a ball, and certainly if he gets the ball in the scoring zone, he's going to punish the opposition, Paul. Well,
the main thing he's going to shoot anyway once he gets within 40 yards, as he's shown with Cork this year on numerous occasions, probably being our best forward. But you know, to be fair, they've really turned the corner now, and they're turning the screw now on Gabriel's.
3 points in a row, and a short kick out has gone astray, and Knocknagree have won the ball back again at the far side of the field, but in a tiny interception coming in from the cornerback Kieran O'Callaghan, but that's only temporary because of the chance now here for Donagh Moynihan running forward to the 20, to the 13 on the right boot. He sends it in. It came off the crossbar inside with the goalkeeper diving towards it. It was a great run by Donagh Moynihan. The ball is broken out though, and Gabriel Rangers will need to lift the siege, and they have done that. They've won possession. They've got it out to John O'Callaghan, and he's running forward. John O'Callaghan taking the ball from defence into attack. He's ran 50 metres up the field, gives the ball inside. It's a further fisted pass inside. Goal chance on here. That must be a penalty. Must be a penalty, and the referee says it is. Again, John O'Callaghan, the go-to man, took out a couple of players with the pass. It was, I'd say, maybe the corner. Was it the corner forward Geordie O'Brien that was in at the end of it? I think it was. The pass went through. He was definitely tumbled to the ground. We could see that from a distance. It's a penalty for Gabriel Rangers, and one more time we'll credit the ball carrying ability of Geordie O'Callaghan there, who set up that opportunity.
Yeah, it was without a shadow, without a penalty. Great move again going forward by Gabriel Reynolds, but again, slight turning on the other end of the field. Donamoyne went through for Knocknagree, had an opportunity, probably betwixt and between, went for a score. He also had a pass on, and I'd say he was caught between two mines and ended up hitting the crossbar, and as a result, in break down the field, we get a penalty out of for Gabriel Rangers.
Well, Jody O'Brien picked himself up off the ground, looked back in the direction, I think, of Mark Cronin and said, over to you now, mate. I've done my part. I won the penalty. The youngster giving it to the more experienced player. And this could be a big moment in the game as Gabriel Rangers win a penalty. The referee went back out to the middle of the field, so we've a little bit of a delay before that penalty will be taken. The experienced Patrick Doyle will be the netminder here. And a player with a real eye for goal, although he hasn't got one in this year's championship yet. Mark Cronin will line up this opportunity. So I mentioned Gabriel Rangers have scored no goal in this year's championship. 26 minutes into the final. Could this be the moment they have a penalty? 5-4 Knocknagree lead Gabriel Rangers. It is Mark Cronin facing Patrick Doyle at the City goal. Left footed, he kicks. Brilliant save by Doyle. The rebound comes back out. Cronin just tries to get it in, but it's not going to go in. Knocknagree are going to get it back out. Superb reaction, save inside by Patrick Doyle. Spun himself away to the left of the goal, diverted the ball away wide, and it eventually was kept in play. And Knocknagree will build down the far side of the field, win through the hands of Donamoyne down the left hand side of the field. Now there's a chance for Knocknagree maybe to take advantage of that missed opportunity at the other side of the field. Matthew Dilworth in the middle of the field, toe tapping the ball. Looks back to Danny Cooper, gets the right half back into the game. Cooper fists the ball out the right wing to John Fenton Daly. Cooper will make an overlap, but Fenton Daly decides to go infield. 50-50 ball, well won by the fullback Dahi Roycroft. Can he hold on to it? He gets it out the field to Eddie Goggin. Goggin certainly can. Twists himself away from trouble, heading to the 65-metre line. Looks towards the right to his overlapping centre back Richard Moynihan. He's up in the attack. Gabriel Rangers regaining their composure again. The fast pass inside to old Sasha Weldon. What's he going to do? A sea of white in front of him there. White and blue jerseys. And again, just like the last time, good disciplined defence there by Knocknagree. And the Gabriel Rangers man with nowhere to go really, took too many steps, held onto the ball too long, and away go Knocknagree again. Patrick Doyle came all the way out from goal to try and meet that, to give it to his fullback Michael Doyle, and away they go towards midfield again. Ball has come off the shindo of the cornerback Kieran O'Callaghan for a sideline. Danny Cooper takes it for Knocknagree in the middle of the field. Back towards other wing back Danny McSweeney. He advances 65 out from goal. McSweeney then gives a hand pass just 2 or 3 metres in close quarters inside to Odza, the centre forward, Owen McSweeney. But the referee has seen an incident off the ball whilst Owen McSweeney was thinking what he was going to do and send the ball in. The referee saw a foul inside by one of the players on the, I think it was out on Fintan O'Connor, a bit of holding there, and there's going to be a free in for Duhallow, and that's a cheap free to give away and an opportunity from close range for the Duhallow men. Knocknagree to go 2 ahead here. They lead by 5 points to 4. That was all of their own doing there. A bit of indiscipline in the Gabriel Rangers defence. That will disappoint them, and it is kicked over the bar for the 3rd time by the number 15, Anthony O'Connor. Disappointing there because they had them at arm's length at that stage when that foul was committed there, Paul.
Absolutely, I mean, it just goes back to the penalty really. In my own personal view, when you get a penalty, there's only one place that needs to end up, and that's inside the back of the net. You can't afford to miss a penalty, and it's an extraordinary save by the keeper. While it was a good save, it was just poorly struck. But Knocknagree have pushed on now, and they've gone 2 points up again by that lack of discipline by the cornerback.
6-4 at the moment for Knocknagree. Darren O'Mahony's kick out doesn't go as far as he wanted it, so Gabriel Rangers have more defending to do, but they've accomplished that pretty well there with their fullback Darragh Roycroft involved in it, and the ball goes out to midfield, and eventually they're out at halfway now, the men in green and white. Good play again here by the left half back going forward here, Danny McSweeney. McSweeney gives it to midfielder Sean Keller. Keller kicks it inside, trying to get it inside to the danger man, and there Mark Cronin has been in possession, trying to be enforced wide, gets it onto the right boot, kicks it from a difficult angle, goes across the post, left of the post and wide. It remains a 2-point game, 6 points to 4 here. A couple of wides building up there, 29-25 on the clock, so I'd imagine maybe about 2 minutes of stoppage time. We did have an injury stoppage. We'll just wait for the electronic board to flick up on the far side. Kick out was a bit hairy and they got away with it, did they? No, they did not, because Danny Cooper picked the ball off the ground. It went through the midfielder, Donamoyne picked the ball off the ground with only a minute of stoppage time to be added on, so this will be a 3 minutes, beg your pardon, inside the 45-metre line. A chance now for Sean Keller. We know he can do it because he did it earlier on from the 45. This is a metre or two further forward off the deck. He fancies this one. If he gets it, we're back to a 1-point game. He's gone back about 4 or 5 steps, 1 or 2 to the left, standing on the 45, then goes up. This one hasn't the height though. It's going to land short inside, and it's Knocknagree who pick it up there, and coming out there will be the number 10 there, Matthew Dilworth, was involved back in defence. He gets it out towards the corner, towards the centre back, picked up by Keelan Buckley, and Buckley back inside will look for it again as he gives it towards Danny Cooper. They've transferred the ball now to a more central position. They're coming out now via their midfielder here, Donagh Moynihan to the full-back Michael Doyle, and Doyle goes right across that half-back line, using the full width of the pitch to get out and eventually find the outlet down there with John Fenton Daly heading towards goal, kicking the ball inside into the corner to Anthony O'Connor. What can he do? Transfers the ball inside, goal opportunity. It's a goal. Owen McSweeney, the man that has got it, running forward. Owen McSweeney at the end of that movement, lovely movement down the field. That's the way to play football in a way. They were pinned in their own right cornerback position. They moved the ball across the half-back line, moved it down the left wing, then got it inside, and Owen McSweeney running in from the centre-forward role to make it 1-6 to 4 points. A crucial goal at a crucial time, Paul McCarthy.
Absolutely, but it was a fantastic score. One of the best goals you'd see, from start to finish. Right up the field, superb passing. John Finton Daly made a great run out to the space, out to the wing, took the ball, laid it inside to, I think it was Finton O'Connor, was it? And who laid it inside, and Anthony just tapped it into the net. Superb goal. Owen McSweeney, my apologies, got the goal. Superb goal.
5 points between the teams, 1-6 to 4 points with a minute of stoppage time remaining. Remember, coming up to the midway point of the half, it was 4 points to 2 in favour of Gabriel Rangers, but since then Knocknagree have outscored their opposition by 1-4 to no score. So a really good second quarter to this game by Knocknagree, and questions now being asked of Gabriel Rangers after giving a really good account of themselves. They are 5 points behind. They're going forward, maybe the last attack of the first half. What can they do? Mark Cronin was over there and Pat Nolan over there at the far side. Kick comes in from the right wing. They need a score. This one is going to drop short though. And again, Patrick Doyle will come out and send it out the field. Doyle loves to get out and get involved in the action. Knocknagree do not want half time to come as Gary O'Connor sends a long searching delivery inside it. John Fenton Daly has proved a great outlet there. He's gone across that full forward line, right and left. He was over on the left to win the ball, now over on the right. He's been fouled by Dahi Roycroft, and it's a free in for Owen McSweeney to take, with a goal and 2 points in his back pocket coming into the half-time team talk. Kicks the ball high inside, dangerous inside, another goal on here. Great save by the goalkeeper there from Fenton O'Connor. It ricocheted back out. There might be still danger, and there definitely will be a scoring chance there. The Knocknagree man grounded unceremoniously on the 20-metre line there, but Fenton O'Connor pulled another great save out of the goalkeeper there, Darragh O'Mahony, because Darren O'Mahony had to be vigilant. There was a point-blank opportunity. If a second goal went in there, you feel maybe the die was definitely cast for Gabriel Rangers. They've withstood that, 1-6 to 4 points. They have this close-range free to Knocknagree. It will be Anthony O'Connor to take it, and that certainly will mean a very impressive into the half. 1-5 to no score. They've outscored the opposition. If he gets this one in the closing 15 minutes of the half, that's a great comeback by Knocknagree, Paul.
Oh, you'd have to say it was a fantastic comeback by them there. I suppose from Knocknagee's point of view, the ball dropped to the wrong O'Connor there. I'd say if it was Anthony to the back of the net, Fenton did his best. Superb save.
From a Gabriel Rangers point of view, they did so much so good for so long in this first half, but it just unravelled in the closing 10 minutes. 1-7 to 4 points is a decent advantage now at half-time.
Yeah, it's a massive lead now for Knocknagree, to be fair. Gabriel Rangers started tremendously, really took the fight to Knocknagree, got some great scores, and are still trying to, and are playing some great football, but they don't have the quality up front that Knocknagree have. Also, and to be fair, Knocknagree, are the best team in this grade by a country mile. Obviously you have to prove it by winning the championship. But they've really taken control of this game now. I mean, if I'm right, I think Gabriel Rangers probably haven't scored for the last 22 minutes. So that tells a story in itself. And maybe they're lucky they can regroup a small bit at half time and settle down a small bit again. But from here on in, you can only see one winner.
So it's 1-7 to 4 points here at Parky Range. Just to recap before we go back.
Like picking your kids up from school. Free Now. Work, life, balanced. Search Free Now drivers to find out more.
Blackwater Motors 201 Volkswagen range is here. Savings of up to €5,000 off a 201 Volkswagen car with a